Perfect box joints. This is the box joint jig I use in my shop to cut perfect half-inch joints every time. Let me show you how it's built. And if you want to build this exact one without guessing at dimensions, the full step-by-step plans are linked down below. Alright, let's get started with the runners. These are already cut to size, and right now I'm just test fitting them on the table saw's miter slots. This step looks simple, but it makes or breaks the entire jig. You want these to slide smoothly, no sticking, no binding, but with absolutely zero side-to-side play. The painter's tape is just to protect the top from the glue we're going to use later. When I first built this jig, I used oak runners. They worked at first, but wood moves, humidity changes, seasons change, that perfect summer fit can turn into a sled that won't move in the winter. Now, I prefer UHMW runners. They slide smoother, they don't swell. If you don't want to make your own, I'll link the pre-made UHMW runners I recommend down below. After that, I'll check my cut list and cut the base to the correct size. Also, I'd like to point out that I filmed this a while ago when I first got a table saw, and you should never, ever, ever wear loose baggy sleeves like this. I was dead wrong. And frankly, I am very lucky I did not hurt myself. Once I'm happy with the fit, I drop the runners into the miter slots and carefully place the sled base on top. Just a little CA glue and a little bit of accelerator, and now they're locked exactly where they need to be. After that, I flip the sled over and secure each runner with 3 countersunk screws. Make sure those screws don't poke through the top. And by the way, if you're thinking, there's no way I'm going to remember all these measurements, that's exactly why I made my plans. They've got the cut list, dimensions, and step-by-step layout, so you don't have to pause and rewind this video 10 times. The link is down below. Now I'll test fit the base to make sure it slides smoothly. Then I'll cut the fence a little longer than it needs to be on the cut list. You'll see why later. Next, I attach the rear fence and the 2 side fences using wood glue and brad nails from the bottom. Shooting the brad nails from underneath keeps the top surface clean. Now it's time to define the jig. I'll install a 1/2 inch dado set and set the blade height to 7/8 inch. Since this jig is designed for 1/2 inch box joints, that blade width matters. Now I'll pre-drill some more countersunk holes so I can temporarily install the front fence. I leave a little extra material hanging over the sides and secure it with 4 countersunk screws. No glue here. This fence needs to come off in a minute, and don't put a screw in the center because the blade is about to cut right through that area. Then I carefully run the entire jig through the saw, cutting a clean slot through the base and the front of the fence. That slot becomes the reference point for the indexing pin. After that cut, I remove the front fence and make the pin out of hardwood. It needs to be snug in that slot. In fact, you may need to tap it in with a hammer. The pin should be 1 1/4 inch long, flush at the back, and sticking out by 1/2 inch in the front. This little piece controls the spacing on every single joint you cut with this jig, so take your time. I also make an extra piece of the same material to use as a spacer. Now I reinstall the fence on the sled and use that spacer to position the front fence exactly 1 pin width away from the blade slot. That's what makes the joint self-index perfectly. I clamp it in place, make sure the fence is square to the slot, and then reinstall the screws from underneath it to lock it down permanently. After that, I can trim the front face flush with the sides. I also added a safety block after this video. The safety block helps keep your hands out of the blade path and gives you something solid to push against. While I didn't show that in this video, I did put it in the plans. And of course, you gotta put some paste wax on the bottom to keep things sliding smoothly. Now for the test cut. I run the jig through fully and cut a simple joint. If the fit isn't perfect, small adjustments make a big difference. You can slightly adjust the fence, tweak the dado set width, or lightly sand the pin until the joint fits exactly how you like it. If you're finding this helpful so far, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. And if you like practical shop projects like this, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to help support what I'm doing here and get some extra perks, check out the channel memberships. It helps me keep making projects like this. And that's it. Now you've got a rock solid box joint jig that cuts perfectly spaced, repeatable 1/2 inch box joints without measuring every single cut. And if you want to build this exact jig, the full plans are linked down below. Build it once and you'll use it for years. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.